Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone's doing well in life. First and foremost, you know what to do. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We've got the notification bell. Ding dong. Let's have it right so you know when we go live. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. And we have Eunice Talks Football's channel, which is in the title down below. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras, to our Chelsea old boy, we see things I'll never see, and to all the no surrender mentality. And salute to Eunice. Let's have it right. Big up to you, my geezer, for coming on.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. Yeah, big up to everyone watching. This is a video, not a stream. So yeah, I can't say big up the chat. None of you are in the chat. But big up to all of you in the comments. So leave them down below.
Let's have it right. So we've summoned this emergency video, emergency meeting to discuss about Trev Chalobah.
Yeah,
us being told by Fabrizio Romano and the Pathetic, in fact, Ben Jacobs, that we cannot recall him. There's a no recall clause in Trev Chalobah's loan deal. To only then a day or two later backtrack and go, by the way, you can recall Trev Chalobah. But in the process, we've just going to put in a silly offer for Mark Guehi because we actually want Mark Guehi. What is going on, Eunice? This is an exploitation of how PR driven the ownership are at Chelsea into bringing us and putting us in this position we are in now into phase 3. It's an embarrassment.
Yeah, this whole Chalobah saga is PR at its finest. PR at its finest. I saw that initial tweet and I didn't pay too much attention to it because that's what we all thought. Oh yeah, there's no clause in there, so we can't recall him. Well, that's the end of that then. And then a day and a half later, no, the next day, Oliver Glasner speaks about Chalobah.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, hang on, something's not adding up. Like, you got the manager of Crystal Palace now talking about, well, why do Chelsea need to recall him? You got 5 defenders. What do you want, 8? I'm like, if there was a clause, if there wasn't a clause in there, if it wasn't possible, he wouldn't entertain that question, surely. But he's left it wide open. So I'm like, is there a clause? Next day, oh, guess what? Yeah, there's a clause. And everything we were told, not true. So, and I'm not surprised. Transfer window, we've seen it in countless transfer windows now since the owners walked in. It's PR HQ at this point. You know, throughout the transfer window, we're going to be fed briefing after briefing after briefing. It's happened countless times. It is what it is at this point. Don't buy into it, basically. But the whole Chalobah thing, now we know he does have a clause and he can be recalled. Now Chelsea have got to try and recall him with their tail between their legs because of how he was treated. And it's not a good look. So I'd take him back, but it's if I was Chalobah, I'd be like, what am I, an idiot? Like, you disrespected me and now you just want to, come back. I'm just going to recall you like nothing happened. This is why at the time when he was at Chelsea still during that pre-season and he was banished from pre-season, banished from first team training, not allowed to be included even in the first team building. Why? When there was no deal done with anyone. We were speaking about that at that time and I think many people criticized it. It's not fair. But now we want to bring him back and we want to recall him. This is the situation we sometimes put ourselves in. It's ridiculous. So,
facts. And this is not, as I say, this is not by mistake that this is all happening. This is by design and premeditation. I do not believe that these directors and these owners want to bring Trev Chalobah back because it basically mugs them off. It shows that how weak they are, how poor they are at planning and building a squad that they're telling everyone is a 100-point team that they built start of last season, that we don't need to address our back line or goalkeeper. And we've got 7 central defenders on our books. We've got 2 injured, Badiashile and Fofana. And yet you have to go in the market all of a sudden. Why? Have we not got adequate backup? We've got Tozin, Disasi, Colwill, and Anselmino. that you brought in. Like, is that not enough? Is that not enough central defenders to play football at the back?
Oh, it's enough. It's enough in numbers. It's not enough in quality. Let's be honest.
But they told us we got all the quality.
Oh
We
yeah,
don't
of
need to
course.
go to the market. So, hypocrites, bullshitters, PR Happy Meals, flying about. Trev Chalobah also, compared to every single central defender that they bought, what is he? What is he? How Enzo Maresca came out. And no, it wasn't even Enzo Maresca. It was the directors and the ownership said they want to build a squad of players that are like a Swiss Army knife. Well, none of the central defenders are like a Swiss Army knife. Trev Chalobah is. Trev can play right back, better than Disasi, Badashila, or any one central defender. He can play in a back three, back four, and he can play DM because he used to play that in youth.
Yeah. He played, I think, once as a DM. He had to fill in. I forgot when. But he done it once.
Maybe he's not.
I mean the first team, not youth. He done it.
Like, no.
Consistently. But like, I remember I played him playing DM, and he played. I think there was one game he played, and he played decent. It's not like he didn't even. He had a shocker.
He played better than Reece James in Champions League. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is the thing with Chalobah and with Guehi now. If we recall Chalobah, which I think is the right thing to do, I want to make that clear as well. You bring him back, it's not going to damage the transfer budget, and it means that you can prepare better for the summer. Because here's the other side of the coin. If we get more Guehi, we spend that much money, we get 20% off, right? And again, even if we were to include Chalobah in the deal, which would knock it off some more, but that would be it. When it gets to the summer, we ain't going to go and get another central defender at that point. We know they're not going to do that. If they have to get one, they'll get one. If it's Marc Guehi, that's it. Business is finished in that department. And as far as I'm concerned, Marc Guehi ain't enough.
No, he ain't.
For me,
and to back that, Marc Guehi, who sold Marc Guehi? Roman Abramovich era.
Yeah,
we sold it.
18 mil.
Right, he couldn't get into our team because we didn't have a pathway for every player from
Cobham. Wanted minutes.
Yeah, he wanted minutes, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Trev Chalobah did get into the team and under Thomas Tuchel, and Thomas Tuchel rated him in our established, experienced team of players under Roman Abramovich. So what does that tell you about the levels between the two central defenders? And the experience that Trev has over Marc Guehi is another level, bruv. Plus, he's captain Chelsea, Trev Chalobah. So have it right.
He has.
So he's got all the minerals, all the ingredients, and all the qualities to play for Chelsea. Now, I'm not saying that Trev is the elite centre-back of elite centre-backs, but in terms of the pool of players, the Michael Barrymore swimming pool of players that we got at Chelsea, especially in that back line, I'm telling you now, Trev is better than every single one of them. And he's more reliable and available than Fofana is. End of story.
Yep.
So
this is why he shouldn't have left in the first place. If it was me, he shouldn't have left in the first place. I would have kept him in the squad, no problem. No problem. But we know why. Yeah, but they didn't. This is the thing. They were chasing that. They didn't get that move. They thought they would, so they banished him, treated him badly, right?
To force him out,
To force him out. No one actually comes in for him for a permanent deal. We last minute managed to get a loan, and now we need a centre back. Trev.
That's the thing.
You know how we used to love each other. Yeah, can you come back, mate?
Yeah,
come on, man. But here's the thing: with Chalobah coming back, you recall him from loan, and then you see what happens, I guess. But at that point, you get to think about the summer, and you get to think about a proper target and where a proper budget is going to go. But they're not going to do that. They still, without a doubt, want to try and get something for Chalobah. And if it's going to be Marc Guehi, respect to him, he's decent, right? He's gotten better as well since he left, and what he's done at Palace, and then he became captain, and he had the great Euros for England as well. Most consistent centre back England had that tournament. That's tournament football. But overall, Marc Guehi has gotten better, and fair play to him. He'd be good to have. I'd take him, but he's not the guy that's going to change our situation now. Like right now, this defensive problem, we need a monster. We need a monster at centre back.
El
And
Monster. We need the El Monster. We need Thiago Silva level in the central defence.
this is
lead in the
it.
centre
This
back.
is it. And
Yeah.
if we get Guehi, the club aren't going to go after someone else after that. It's done.
No.
And for me, it's not enough. So this is the issue. This is the issue here.
With these lot are like quality street. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have all different types of chocolates, but at what level of quality? At what level are you buying these? It's all a gamble. It's all a take a risk, win some, lose some mentality on these players that are human assets. Mark Guehi, I like him. Let's have it right. Cobham boy, I'm not disrespecting him and how good he is as a central defender. But let's have it right. We cannot be shopping at Crystal Palace. We cannot, who are sitting 15th. We cannot be shopping at Ipswich. We cannot be shopping at Brighton no more. But the reality is, because of how far they've brought the standards and the levels at this football club down in the mud, we have no choice but to go for these types of level players and stages at their career, because that's the model that dictates the signings. So I want a Bastoni, bruv. You know, I would love a DeMarco or something like that, you know, across the back line. Mix it up with your Reece James. You know what I'm saying? I would love a Diogo Costa. I'd love an Osimhen up there or a Gyökeres type player. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're not doing that. And it's like, when's the fan base going to actually wake up and go, okay, you all buying into this project and this whole buy them young, unproven, and make players like, oh, look, it's worked with Cole Palmer. I mean, Cole Palmer's the only one it's worked with. Let's have it right. Like, at that level where he's shown like, wow, he's got serious levels, this kid. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone else is like, you know, and then we talk about João Felix and Sancho coming in. You know, João Felix, how can you, bruv, have João Felix and Kunku in your team and you can't play them and make it work? Is a serious red flag. I mean, most managers would want these two players.
Would die for that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's at the point where Nkunku is looking like he could be off, and Felix, even with Nkunku not there, Felix still won't get in the team. He'll get minutes maybe here and there, but he's not going to be playing regularly. That goes to show you.
They're playing a dangerous game, Eunice, with the PR, because they're saying, oh, Enzo Maresca didn't want Felix. And we were like, the owners were like, please take him. We like him. Make it work. He's not making it work. Nkunku, all right, everyone was propping Nkunku in the fan base, yeah. Last season when he was injured, when he comes back, or the season before, he's going to cook. He's going to save our season. We got Liqui coming out, remember, when we were playing Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup, and they were like, oh, he's back for this game, and he never came back for like 6-7 games or whatever it was. Liqui's coming out with Fofana. You know, we've got an absolute mess behind the scenes. We've got Mudryk as well, another one, which seems to be the catalyst.
Test?
Yeah.
Well, where's his B sample?
It's done, bruv. It's
of course they do.
But they haven't publicised
the B sample was taken at the same time, right? Yeah. But that result normally takes 72 hours tops. Yeah. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's what I'm saying. They don't want to push that PR out because it's negative PR.
But then today we hear, Chelsea are interested in Nico Williams. We were linked with him in the summer. Prior to that, we were linked with him. We didn't want to move for him because his salary was too high. So what's changed? Nothing's changed. But
Sancho.
It's more PR. PR to come out and try and appease the fan base a little bit and get them, we're getting Nico Williams. No, we ain't getting anyone.
Do you know what's hilarious, Eunice? Yeah, they bring up Nico. I didn't even know that today. They brought up Nico Williams. Yeah,
Nico Williams.
Why are we looking? Why are we looking at wingers, attackers?
No, but this is why I looked at it, and it's not. It can't be true. It can't be true.
No, of course it's not. Of course it's not. It's just PR. It's
you're
right. Yeah, and we're sick of it. They think we're stupid, and the majority of
it's not to the point. Everyone can now notice, like, that's a lie. Oh, that one's true. No, that's a lie. Like, everyone now knows exactly what everything is.
Yeah, this is literally Tony Montana. The world is yours. Comes out all blazing. You want to see my Tommy gun? He's fucking just firing everywhere, bruv. It doesn't matter. Whatever hits. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. It's a scattergun approach, even with the PR. is so that no one knows what's going on, no one knows what to believe, except all the brand envelope accounts and YouTube platforms that are involved behind the scenes. They know exactly what's going on. And while we were all stressing, why don't we get a Victor Osimhen? You're all twerking for Delap, bruv. You know, and then they go, oh, we're only 3 players off challenging. How can we not be challenging now with almost 2 billion spent? Yeah. How can we not be challenging now into phase 3? All right. But now we need a further 3 more players. But by the way, you asked them, oh, we're selling about 15 of these players that we got. And some of them are in the first team. So what does that tell you about the recruitment policy? It's a shambles.
Yeah.
The fact that we are recalling or in the discussion of recalling Trev Chalobah is a load of waffle. He's going to be used to broker the deal for Mark Guehi because they don't want to insult themselves and show that they've made the worst decision. And it's to a Cobham player, it's to a Chelsea Academy player, and it's to a player that they know is pure profit. They're losing the stocks in pure profit because they're selling everything they can sell to bring in their own players. And the players that they're bringing in, they're looking to sell themselves anyway. So it's
this is the problem.
What are we doing here?
This is the problem. It's like now we get like Mark Guehi comes in, right? And then like the rumor apparently we're looking to try and sell Disasi, or if it's going to be Badiashile as well. But these are guys they bought. Like you bought them, and now you're flogging them.
And they say, Eunice, they say, oh, Disasi, the club believes in him, they don't want to sell him. Badiashile the same. And then the next day, or 2 days later, oh, Disasi, Chelsea are open to offers.
Yeah.
You know? Chukwemeka, another one. They bought him 80 million, 100 grand a week from Villa. All right.
Yeah.
Looked decent, got injured, came back. Enzo Maresca says, oh, he's a lovely player, this and that. Hasn't played him, doesn't even play him in anything, right? Yeah.
No.
And now they're going, oh, we want to keep him, but only will accept an offer over 40 million. So look at the profit. You bought him for 18 million. He's been there for 2 years, almost 3 years. He's on the books. His value's gone down 15%, whatever, each year. Look at the profit margin. If you sell him for 40 million, that's the model.
Yep.
And they're doing that with what you call fringe players, but don't think they won't do it with a João Felix or with a Cole Palmer and a Nicholas Jackson, which brings us on to, Mikel's taking the Mikel, because as far as I'm concerned, he's flip-flopping. He was calling out Jackson, rightly so. Then he scores a couple goals against West Ham. And you think, oh, he comes out, publicises, I've created a monster. He's created a monster. Now he's gone and been in the box with Feliciano, Egbali and Winstanley Stewart, all smiles, smiling like the Joker. It should be a Chelsea smile that they should all be getting, let's have it right, for the way they've destroyed our football club. And what do we get? Mikel after, the project's working. Everything's hunky-dory. We're fantastic. Now he comes out yesterday, late night Minerals Landing, saying it for what it is. Jackson's not good enough. Yeah? He's not good enough. He's not a striker that's going to lead you. And he's even come out publicly and said, Roman Abramovich had Didier Drogba, and Roman said to Didier Drogba, what if you get injured? What if you don't score? I need someone else. And it kept the levels up. He bought Nicholas Anelka, he bought Shevchenko, he bought these players to up the levels. Across the squad as well, to send a message to every player, no one's safe. As good as you are, and as much as I believe in you and you've delivered for me, no one's safe, because that was the elite mentality. That mentality is not here at Chelsea anymore. It's development program. But we can't even develop Akimpong, who's on a McDonald's drive-through fast food development program, all right, where you just throw him in, and he's been our best player in the last game as a Cobham Academy. So what my point is, I'm trying to say is, our first team is like our Cobham Academy. It's literally that. And we're there to advertise these young players and sell them on. Nicholas Jackson is only a second striker, a backup striker. He's never going to take you to the pinnacle.
Yeah, and that's the difference, because this is what John Obi Mikel, and I've got to see the whole thing, but I saw the quote in regards to that. John Obi Mikel was talking about how Jackson needs someone else to come in whenever he's not scoring, and he used the Drogba example. But there's a difference. Drogba was the number one striker and was playing like a number one striker and was banging in goals, but Roman just prepared for the worst, just in case, right? Here it's the opposite. Jackson is deemed as the number one when he shouldn't be the number one. He should be the number two. He should be the supporting striker. We do need a top striker. John Obi Mikel alluded to how Jackson needs support. I agree and disagree. Jackson doesn't need the support to rely on. He needs to be the support for someone bigger than him. That's how it should be. And I think John Obi Mikel gets that, but I think John Obi Mikel's just trying to be a bit nice because of what went down last time. I think he's just trying to avoid that situation again, but he's trying to get the message out. Basically, we need a striker without coming and saying, guys, he's not going to be it as number one. We need to go and get a number one. I just don't think he wants to say it like that, but he's trying to say that, I believe. And he's right. In that regard, he's correct. We do. We need one top striker, and Jackson as a supporting role where he can learn and feed off him and pick up that exposure and pick up that mentorship. And then later on, who knows what Jackson can become if he were to actually, use a good mentality and grow and develop, who knows? But to have all this pressure when he can't deliver the goods consistently, that's not going to help the club. Simple as that. So yeah, we do need a striker. And we need to, we're still after all this time building a spine, which is insane, right? Like the spine is the first thing you should do. The spine is the first thing that should be paid attention to. And then you build around it. But the spine, like you're mentioning, we're getting players in, but we're always thinking about what their sell-on value would be, right? With 2-3 players that are your spine, that shouldn't even be a thing. You should have it in your mind. They're there until when they finish. That's it. Until when they reach an age where they're done with football. They're going to be the spine. The non-negotiables. We got Kante through the door, for example. We didn't think, what would his sell-on value be? No, because we were like, no, he's staying until when it's over. Diego Costa, Fabregas, these guys. I'm not even talking about JT and Lamps and all that. Forget that. But even the ones after, we brought in key players that would remain as key players until old age. Not about financial value. The other players, yeah, perhaps you can think about that, in terms of, can we sell him for a bit more? Because football's a business at the end of the day as well. But it's a sport. You don't neglect that. You got to win, So you got to have the balance.
That's the
point. And we've not done that. We've not built a spine.
No. How can you spend almost 2 billion and not have a spine in your football team, which tells you the incompetence of the owner's mentality about in terms of ambition and seriously competing at the highest level on a consistent, sustainable basis, when the sustainable basis and focus and project is actually only to increase profit for all their investors, let's have it right, and increase the brand and grow the brand bigger than what it is. And they're doing a shit job about that. I mean, they're failing on that aspect. But also the incompetence of the directors who are meant to be so-called advising these owners. I don't take them as advisors. They're not advisors. They're yes men. And everyone's a fall guy underneath the horse's head, the snake's head. Let's have it right. Snakes are spineless, what we're doing here. And absolutely, throughout the entire squad and the entire team, we are spineless. You do not sacrifice. You do not. You don't just go, oh, yeah, we're not going to buy any older players or experienced players. We all want them at the same age. It's unproven. It's never worked in the history of football. And I don't want to hear this argument about Man United in the class of 99. That's bollocks. You had Paul Inces, you had experienced players in that team amongst the young players to go and win the elites. You need leaders, which Enzo Maresca's come out and said. If you haven't got the leaders, then what are we doing here? Yeah. Who's leading? No one. So let's have it right. Yeah. The wage structure has killed us and restricted us in the market. Therefore, now our fan base has got used to, we can't buy him because the wages are too high or his transfer fees too high. That's not Chelsea. Chelsea went out no matter what. Roman didn't give a shit. He went and bought the best of the best. And sometimes he got it wrong. Most times he got it right because our track record and the trophies and the amount of trophies we won proves it was right. You can't, it's too risky to make money in football. But now we've got 10 clubs units owned by American owners in the Premier League. They're monopolizing the league. And that's why we're seeing this decline, because they are only focused on making money at these football
clubs. Balance.
There's no balance.
Bro. Yeah, it's business first. Business first.
So
And that don't help at all.
No.
At all. Brings the levels down. And this is why we're seeing what we're seeing. The levels in the Premier League have gone down.
big time.
Big time.
Which
Big
is why
time.
we look better than what we are at this moment in time.
Yeah.
We got Nottingham Forest above us by 4 points.
Football heritage.
Yeah. Nottingham Forest. What
Two-time
phases
Champions
do
League
go
winners.
in? What
Yeah.
trust the process phases are Nottingham Forest in? You know?
Yeah.
Arsenal's
we got Bournemouth.
Arsenal. But
We got Bournemouth next as well. If they were to pick up 3 points, they'll level us.
yeah. So I want to ask the fan base, yeah, what are you so positive about? Because you call us negative and toxic, well, me in particular, yeah. What are you so positive about? What we're 3 years into this 2.5 years actually, specifically. We're 2.5 years in the phase, in the project. What are you positive about? Why are we even having a discussion? We need this player, we need that player, we need this.
Yeah.
How many players we bought? 60 players? You know? You're conning everyone and you look ridiculous. Because we all know football and we know what the proven blueprint is in football, and this ain't it. This is not sustainable, but it is what it is. Eunice, what have you got coming up to let everyone know?
So I'll keep up to date with all the latest and give my thoughts. As well as, I know there's FA Cup on the weekend, so we got Morecambe.
Yeah.
So yeah, preview for that or whatever I can do as a preview. You what?
Who's the midfield for Morecambe?
Oh, God knows. Maybe you and me.
Yeah.
Can you play midfield?
Bruv, stick me at centre back. I'll lead these fuckers. I'll lead them, bruv. I'll lead them to the pinnacle, bruv. Yeah. Instead,
Legs broken.
They're leading
5
themselves
minutes,
to.
sent off.
Hey.
Legs broken. 5 minutes sent off.
Yeah. Well, someone will do what's his name? I'll do the Dennis Wisey, bruv. I'll be pulling all their strings, bruv. I'll be fucking pinching them and getting them sent off, man, rattling them. Do you know what I'm saying?
I thought you'd go and do the Vinnie Jones instead.
Well, Vinnie Jones is the next level, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? But fair play to Vinnie, you know. But can everybody just stop getting shot? Everyone's getting shot on the Minerals FC, and there's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no matrix where you can dodge these bullets, bruv. You just have to take them. Take the slugs. But yeah, these lot are all they love it, don't they? Everyone loves it. You know, our players are literally, I wouldn't be surprised if they're one of the 100 men with Lily Phillips, bruv. I wouldn't believe, or all these brown envelopes. You never know. Let's have it right. But big up to everyone. You know what I'm saying? I will be doing a stream later on tonight, and also me and Eunice will be doing another stream in a little while this week, so keep your eyes tuned for that. But I hope you enjoyed the Minerals Land and the football spoken by Eunice and myself. Please put all your comments down below and go and comment and like Eunice's content as well. And we will be back as always to land more facts, rants and facts. Let's have it right. So big up to everyone. Salute to everyone in here. We'll leave you with our Don Roman, who is the standards. This is it. This is the levels. Yeah. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Let's go. Roman Abramovich.